What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy Cozy, and today we're back for another development stream as per usual. A little bit different of background, but it's alright. Sometimes you gotta spice things up a little bit. So that's what we're doing today. So, last time we got done, we got the, let me see 1 second actually. 1 second. Let me move things over. I was doing stuff. On occasion, I do my development on this other side monitor for convenience, but for today, we're going back to the main CRT. Anywho, yeah, last time we got some pickups done. We implemented the heart pickups, the time bonus pickup, and made some changes, I believe, to the coin pickups as far as lighting is concerned. So today, you may notice it, I have a new background in the game. And I'm gonna press play so you can see a little bit of it. Let's see what we have here. Yeah, it's kind of showing up, but it's not quite right. So you see we have this new background that's going on. And it looks pretty alright. But things are just not tiling the way I want it to. Position's a bit finicky. And part of it's not like... 1 second. There was a setting I had before that made it look a little bit better. So let me just do that real quick before we showcase this more. What are we doing? I think we're doing, this is 0.5, I think. Maybe 2.5 actually. Let's try this out and then we'll see. But anyways, let's see if this looks a little bit better, at least for showcasing purposes. But yeah, we have this background, and it's cool. I like it. I've whipped it up today, and the elements seem pretty nice. But there's a couple gripes I have with it, and it'll become more obvious once we go into the actual ACE file. But the most blatant issue is that the offsets are not quite there. They're not quite right. Like, you have this one layer of water up here, but then you have another one down here. Let's see if I can go a little bit further so you can actually see it. Oh, come on. Alright, I'll just have to go lower here. But yeah, you see the other layer down here. And then you eventually see the sand, and then you don't even see the palm trees. So, yeah, the way we're stacking things is not working great. Yeah, like you have to be all the way to the bottom to start seeing the sand. Now, there's ways around this. I could loop more of the environment or shift things down, or maybe even have like a different kind of offset function. However, there's another part of this that I don't like, and it's the fact that it's very space inefficient. So we have this 512 by 512 canvas here, and as you can see, we have a different layer for each one. Each one's their own individual frame. So keep in mind, every single frame is another 512 by 512 canvas that has to be in the game. It's not the end of the world, but this feels really inefficient. Like, there's very few things here that'll even use half of that space like this. So what do? I have a couple ideas. I'm not quite sold on anything yet, but right now we're relying on just using the world space coordinates for doing the UV stuff, but then having some kind of sizing, having a bunch of planes in the world, and having that be mapped directly one-to-one with the world space positions. I'm thinking instead of actually having tiles, I mean, it's basically gonna be the same idea as this, except we can change how frequently things tile, and instead of having it be mapped to the world, we can, ooh, that's cool seeing the shader up close. we can have it scroll independently of that relative to the player's speed. So we can have something that feels a little bit more exaggerated. And I don't know, feel a little bit more akin to retro parallax effects of the olden days, because I don't think they didn't have the luxury of actually rendering in 3D like we do today. So that might afford me some better control over what gets tiled and what doesn't, and then I can anchor things more explicitly. Right now it feels like I'm guesstimating where the Y position for all these different textures are going to be, and I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I want to feel like I have a bit more control over all this stuff. So yeah, I think this is the idea. I think that's what we're going to do. Another thing I want to do is do some chromatic aberration shader effects for the time stop ability. I was thinking about how we're going to do time stopping in this game, and I think the direction I want to go with this is going to be the chromatic aberration, like having the RGB channels have offsets that grow significantly as the time dilation value increases. I think that's gonna be the way we go. I think that's the way we're gonna be doing stuff. So yeah. Well, 1 second, guys, 1 second. All right, we're back. Sorry about that. Had to go do something. So yeah, I want to affect some of the shaders. It feels very ambiguous how this is going to turn out and what we're going to be aiming for here. So I think I need to go get some pen and papers or something, or pull out XCaliDraw to kind of get a better feel for how this is going to work. I mean, there's another simpler idea, is just adding particular offsets to this. And then, in fact, let's actually do this real quick, because I already have this partially done, which is having this tile over and over again. It's a relatively simple thing. We might as well just try it out before I spend another fortnight implementing another modification to the shader. Might as well just try this out real quick, since it's gonna be kind of simple, I think. famous last words, but oh my goodness. Okay, there we go. Looks ugly. Kind of inefficient, very inefficient. But for right now, we're just ideating an idea. And we're gonna do this. Starting there. Yeah, that's about right. Why is this being weird? Okay, let's try this again. Let's try this again. Make a brush. Why is this being weird? Come on. I'm making a brush, but it's not actually showing up for some reason. This is the valid range in which I can work within. So I think that should be fine. I'm selecting these values here. That should be valid. Oh, I'm selecting the wrong layer. There we go. This time for real now. Bam. Bam. There we go. We can do you. Let it take its time to fill. Perfect. And then this one, I'm going to do something because it's kind of jarring when there's this weird floating effect that's going on with this island. So I'm going to make this have a bit of water underneath it. Just so we can have that covered at least. Maybe I'll increase this a little bit. And then we'll see how this looks in game. And this is enough for it to work fine, then sweet. If not though, where is Unity? There we go. We import it, press play, let's see what happens. Okay, cool. So you have the different waters. Wonderful night. What's going on, Zaza? Hopefully you're having a wonderful night as well. Hopefully everything is going well in your neck of the hood. Not neck of the hoods. Neck of the woods. I wonder if this would be resolved by just having more layers. Like I might even just duplicate a couple layers so we can have more parallax. Maybe I don't have to make a new shader for this. Maybe I could just stack up enough water layers and we can have the effect I'm looking for. And then things like this sand, we can have it give it a custom offset so it's higher up. Let's see. -1, and then where's the water? Probably should label this, but that's all right. Okay, here's the water. I'm gonna duplicate this and move it up. Yeah, I have this auto scaling thing on my shader for background, so just by changing the z-axis, it's gonna resize it to be a little bit smaller. Save and let's give it a try. of Jetpack Joyride. I played that so much. My iPod Touch as a kid. Yeah, it seems to we've kind of converged on this unintentionally, but I guess when you work with the same kind of medium, you end up having the same kind of designs emerge. Or at least similar presentations emerge. Yeah, come on. Come on, I need to deal with that collision issue today, but yeah, because it's bugging me. Yeah, this is bugging me. Come on. Okay, the sand appears there. I'm not seeing the multiple layers for this foreground water, so I'm not sure what's happening there. I might have to adjust the coefficient I've added, because of course we've added some magic numbers to this game in order to have stuff render the way I want it to. Also, I don't like this because there's some backgrounds that we're not going to be able to see because it's going to be too high. So I almost have to like shrink everything down a bit more for everything to fit. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to have to do. Let's see here. Let's go to our shader. This is the, let me lower this down a little bit so I can see a bit better. This is our background. I believe we have a magic number coefficient around, probably in the vert shader, I think. Yeah, here we go. Looks a little bit different because I was on a different screen doing this one. The spacing's bothering me a little bit. Anyways, so let me make this 1 instead. Come on. Can I? Where's Unity? Okay. It's a bit of a difference. And this is the boundary of the layer once we get to the of the level once we get to the top here. Okay. Maybe this is actually just fine. Maybe we just say we're gonna work with this coefficient and that's fine. And that's all we need. I don't like the see-through world stuff in the bottom, but come on. This is looking a bit better though. Come on. Yeah, the layers here are bothering me though. So we have to remedy that. I'm not a fan of the space inefficiency as far as textures are concerned. So, again, maybe I'll do something about that. Because right now I'm hard coding the size to 512 by 512, but we can modify this. I think we could do something about that. This is actually looking better. I'm actually much more pleased with this than I would have thought. only thing is, could we go lower? I want to go to a low layer below. Come on. Okay, so we get down here. We're below the sand. And our palm trees are not popping up. And that's kind of a problem. In fact, it's a very significant problem that our palm trees are not popping up where they're supposed to be. And for some reason, they're rendering upside down before too. So I don't know what's the deal with that. Here they are. Yeah, I see that. I have no idea why that's the case. Everything else is rendering correctly. They're oriented perfectly fine. The position is fine. The Z position is like 1. The scale is 1 for Z, but position and everything else seems to be fine. I'm pretty sure. We changed it to 100 and things started looking fine. But once I do 10, that's when it starts rendering upside down. So I wonder if there's like an issue with absolute value. Yeah, I wonder if like the parent or something is not oriented correctly. So the world space position ends up being somewhere where it's not, where it doesn't belong. Let's see, beach world. Yeah, that would do it. Cozy, what's your math background? Have you used the maths for this game? I mean, I have used quite a bit of maths. I mean, it's mostly the regular stuff for as far as programming is concerned, though. Usually just like 3D maths and that kind of thing. And even then, nothing that crazy. Yeah, I mean, just vector stuff. We had to do a bunch of trigonometry a while back when we were doing the 3D radial stuff, but ever since I gutted that and we returned back to a 2D game, was able to get rid of most of that. But the utility functions still exist, like the trigonometric conversions for in fact, we're still using one of the functions added for that for the if you look at the progress bar when you let me run the game. So when I press this, you see this radial timer. Yeah, that's a shader we use, and it's using this math function for calculating theta based off of like a vector position, or based off of a vector, and then doing that while disregarding. I forgot what it was specifically. I think it is like factoring in a vector or something to get that. But yeah, that's something we used. Yeah, you can't really escape math when it comes to programming. It's kind of inevitable. You can't escape it. You either embrace it, at least when it comes to game programming. Math always finds its way to rear its head. Or if you don't use it, like rely on math, you'll end up making, there'll be times where you end up creating solutions for problems that are overcomplicated compared to a more concise, like analytical model of it. It's very useful. Yeah, for real. Thank you, Adam. Yeah, it's coming together bit by bit, man. Day by day, we're adding more stuff to it, and it's starting to feel like an actual game. Oh, what's going on, Andre? Hope you're doing well today. I'm wondering what's going on, though. But yeah, I'm not happy with this space utilization as far as textures are concerned, so I'm probably gonna break this game a little bit. We have such pretty visuals, but I don't like having to waste that much. I don't know, I guess it's maybe not the biggest deal, but why not? Why not try making things a bit more efficient for users? Where's the, where are you? Palm trees. You're here somewhere. Right, there you are. Come on. Come on, there you are. What's up, my palm tree friends? Let's see if I can't get you somewhere that's a bit more visually pleasing. Yeah, maybe we'll do like... or something. And you'll have the same offset, I believe. Yeah, this is the -1. I'm heading to sleep now. I love the vibes. What are we making? I'm making a game, and I'm making the backgrounds feel seamless. I'm trying to make sure that the palm trees pop in, but they're not popping in where I want them to pop in, which is very annoying. Very, very annoying. Also, I think I might add some additional parameters to the water so that, like, it's not just static. Even if we're standing still, I want to see some waves going on. So I'm going to do something with that, but first I want my palm trees to pop in where they belong. Right. Negative world space, huh? Let's adjust this. Where's beach world? Your parameter should be 0 on the Z position. Okay, there we go now. Now I'm seeing some palm trees. Just not where I want to see them, but I'll take that. I wonder if that's why the position for the sand and that were off. So I think maybe now I can just revert them to being 0.25 and it's gonna look good. I'm hoping that's the case. Hey, that's not bad. Kind of want the palm trees to be a bit bigger though, but yeah, this is not bad. And if you're writing at this level, it actually looks kind of cool. This actually doesn't look half bad. But this needs to be a bit bigger, so yeah, I'm gonna adjust that a bit more. Also don't like the black void that's appearing there, so we're gonna do something about that too. I can't wait to see how this turns out on the end after weeks of dropping in and checking the progress out. Thank you, Mark. Yeah, I'm hoping that we're getting close to 2 months. We're 10 days away from 2 months of work on this, so I think I really want to do like a march to the end of these 10 days to wrap this game up. Also, I realize I've been moving the wrong values here. You're supposed to be 0, and these should be fine now. The shader parameters persist, so that's exactly what I want to have happen. So I'm happy with that. Still some oddities to deal with. Mainly the sand. I'm also thinking about adding the fog back into the world. I disabled fog. But now that we have this working, let's try something. I'm gonna select everything, We're gonna add per pixel lighting, and I'm gonna get rid of the emissive and make it 0. Yo. Okay, what's happening there? Point light. No point lights. Just the sun. That's all we need. Why is the sun being weird? Well, we can have the fog at least. The fog seems to be kind of working. We don't want to have too much fog. I mean, it's kind of a clear day, right? That's the whole purpose. And I'm gonna make the sun, or the sky, be like not subject to that at all. The thing that I'm struggling with here, though, is the sun. Do I need to make it brighter? Don't have no idea. Intensity's not affecting anything. So I find that very strange. This should be disabled. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. If I press play, we're not going to see it. Or we should see it, but I'm not sure if we are. Yeah, it's all dark. The player's lit correctly. The backgrounds aren't, though. And that's the oddity for me. That's what's strange. Okay, there we go. So we go to sun, reduce it back to 1, and that should be good, actually. So we had to enable disable cast shadows for some reason. I don't know why that's the case. But hey, at least that works. And then, as far as fog is concerned, we did a distance of 4,000. Let's try 3,000. Let me make it brighter. More blue. Okay. Come on. There's the rich blue we're looking for. Okay. Let's see how this fog looks. I'm thinking the fog is a go-to, though. It looks more how I remember Puerto Rico looking like. So I think it's actually fine. And it adds a bit more distinction between the layers as well, so I actually like that a bit. Yeah, I like that. I actually quite like that. I'm not opposed to this whatsoever. We need to fix the shader down there, but that's a different story. Yikes. Okay, yeah. Cool. Let's add that sign offset thing that we talked about. So we're gonna do sign amplitudes. It's gonna be a vector type, I think. And we're going to do equals to this is always an awkward thing to do because my fingers, they go like this. I don't like that. There's amplitude. There's also speed. That's another coefficient we can do. And I think we're gonna just keep it as 1. It's gonna be a component-based thing. Let's go to our uniforms. And we're gonna make this a float too. That's the only 2 components we're gonna be interacting with. Okay, and that's gonna be good. And we're gonna do this all within the, I think we're gonna do this all within the fragment shader. I think that's the way to go. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is gonna be the way I wanna go. Looks great, thank you, MJ. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, it's crazy. It's a game I would have thought was very simple to make and do, but you don't realize how much time things take until you actually do it. But hey, we're making it out now. Right. We want to have some kind of called os, and it's going to be, we can do, how do I want to do this? We have the sine, amplitude, and then we can do times cos for the x, sine for the y. We're going to do time dot y, time dot y. What else are we going to do? There's a time offset thing we have going on. But oh, it's called sine, that's what I mean. Speed. Actually, we don't have to do this component-wise. Because we can, we have to do it within the cosine. We have to do it within the sinusoidal functions. Okay, never mind. We have to do it this way. Gosh, I'm so imprecise right now. I need to get better at this. Okay, so we have our amplitude times our cosine and sine components times their sine speed. Cool. And then now we're going to multiply, we're going to add os to this. Perfect. Recompile the shaders, and now we can add this nice kind of wavy water offset thing to our for this particular context. I don't know if I want to do this within the shader instead of because for each one of these I'm gonna have to make a new material with a new uniform. I don't want to do that, honestly. If I'm gonna be honest with you, I kind of don't want to do that. So what do we do here? I can either hard code it and maybe add a toggle for like water, and it'll factor in, I don't know, the z value into like the offset. Maybe I can include that in this anyways. For peak laziness, because I really don't want to. position on Z. Yeah, what's going on, Erdna? Yeah, I'm doing pretty good today. How about you? How's your day going? Where's our water? So yeah. So this guy, you're gonna have one in amplitude. Speed is also gonna be like 1, I guess. And then this guy, you're gonna be like 0.5 on amplitude. Still 1 on speed. Let's check this out and see how it looks. Let's see. Oh, that's really disorienting. I thought I was moving already. Yeah, we're gonna have to reduce the amplitude significantly because that's too much. That's really disorienting, actually. The speed also is a bit too much too, so we'll be able to change that. Maybe the amplitude is actually fine. I could do like 2.5 instead of 5, and 0.5, and then speed we can have it as well to be like 0.5. This one's be like 0.5. Let's see how that turns out. I'm very good, thanks. You find a translation Japan to English for Super Famicom and RetroArch. That's pretty sick. So you can do like some fan translations. Oh, is it just for like for games or for like the actual Famicom itself? Like to read its manual and stuff? I don't like that both sides are displacing the same amount of... Sorry, they're going like the same distance. I don't like that. And it needs to be limited by Z. Like the further out you are, the less... So as world position gets smaller, the more apparent this is, and the further away you are. Okay, yay, we're adding magic numbers. But I don't care. What are we gonna do? Nothing. Okay. Interesting. I'm going through a few different extremes to see. Okay. Why is it showing that I game overed? That's weird. Okay. It's too much. It's too much. Too much. Let's make this less pronounced. what's going on, Saji the Bar. How we doing? I find translation like putting patch, but I still don't understand what's the difference but with rendered and unrendered. So sometimes the patch don't work, Blackstream, but I'll find soon. Oh, it's for like patches to games. I see. It's your stream again. A few weeks, maybe longer. I had a good convo here with everyone. That was really kind and faithful. Thank you for that memory. Before I leave a sub, thank you, DCI. I appreciate it, man. I'm glad we were able to have a nice discussion here. And I'm glad you enjoyed it and had a good memory from it. That's kind of the goal. Chill, relax vibes. People being creative here, and I don't know, growing in our endeavors. Do I like this water oscillation effect? I'm not gonna lie, guys. This is not doing the parallax thing that I like from other games. I think I'm gonna have to actually do my own thing to achieve what I want to achieve here. Okay, but before we do that, I also want to explore another thing, which is going to be the time stop ability we talked about. We're going to do the garage soon. I have the design ready and everything. I just need to actually sit down and do it. If I can find... Here we go. Time stop. Purchase it. It's equipped. So I'm going to play around with a shader for a screen space shader for doing this chromatic aberration thing. So when I press this, it becomes very clear that we're in time stop. So there's a few options I am thinking of, but yeah, I need to factor this in. There's gonna be something within our screen space. I think it's called post-processing. That's a shader I made. FNF post-process. Perfect. This is the actual component. No, I'm looking for... Where is it? It's using global shaders, or global properties, I believe, to set everything. We have this pipeline material. Yeah, so I'm assuming it should be just post-process, FNF post-process, that's material. I want to know this shader, though. Here we go. Here's a shader for post-processing. And we have our little combined effects. So here we actually factor in if we're in the garage or in the level, and we do the whiteout. We don't do the speed lines anymore, and then we have the transition shader here too. So cool. So I think we just need to make a new function that is going to be a stage within our post-processing. There's the original color, and then it's going to return some kind of change to that color. So let's think about how we're going to go about it. But essentially, we're going to have some kind of p-value for time stop, and then we're going to do some kind of offset on the RNG and B channels in different directions. That's what I'm thinking, at least. Let me catch it real quick. I'm doing some background. I was doing some background shader stuff for the game. Now I'm gonna play around with some post-processing effects and see if we can make something that's cool. as DCI, but maybe a couple months ago, I think you were building an ID of your own text editor. Stuff is insanely. Oh yeah, I think that was a Riven done. I really want to go back to that. I really want to go back to working in C and C++, but I need to button down and finish a game first in a pre-made engine before I do that. I feel like it's crazy. I really want to do something in C or C++ right now, or just in general these past couple weeks. But you gotta exercise some discipline. Of course, DCI. What are the goals for today's game? I want to make backgrounds better. I'm going to do some post-processing stuff for the time stoppability. And then if I can, I want to add the hazards back into the game. So we can have some cool looking enemies pop in and have them do some interesting stuff. That's the goal, at least. And yeah, the enemy is gonna be kind of tricky. Maybe not. Maybe it won't be tricky, actually. I don't know. I have to think about it. Yeah, we have the nice looking background, so I'm happy with that already. Do we have something here for time stop? I don't think we do. State, transition texture. And nothing about... So we're just gonna do this. A time dilation factor, which is gonna be our global shader, the global shader value. We don't have to even do anything special. I can just like have something listen to this perpetually. Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea. That wouldn't be a bad idea at all. And then this time stop thing. We have to have some kind of like, I think we'll offset the red and blue channels and keep the green the same way. So it's gonna be kind of interesting because we're doing this after what? We're doing this after the whiteout effect. And we're texture sampling here. So I might do this first. And it's going to end up sampling its own thing. I'm thinking. So we're gonna do the same sample, honestly. Like we have access to main text. We can do text 2D and then do I, right? But then this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do some offset stuff. Right, and then we have to have some kind of step max offset of some sorts. Keep in mind 0 is like the one corner of the image, and then 1 is the opposite corner of that image. So I want to be kind of not crazy with this. We'll start with 0 at like 5%. We're going to multiply this by max offset times our p-value. Which, by the way, we don't even need this anymore because we're going to be using our new global value, which is going to be time dilation. Yep. And then we're going to sample things using i.uv plus left, b is going to be right, and then we're going to produce a new float with our original color dot g b and then 1. Very cool. And then the final step we need to do here is just have this variable be set by time dilation, and that shouldn't be that difficult to do. We can just go to our FNF post process. I'm not sure if you're a singleton. I feel like you're something that should exist perpetually though, so I'm gonna assume you are. Unless you're a static class, but I doubt it. No, you're a model behavior. So you for sure do stuff. So yeah, here's on awake. You can go into, what do we go to? Nope. I don't have that available, do I? I don't have that time dilation module publicly accessible. Interesting. So I have to do like... And then we can do... on time dilation update. Add a lambda expression to it. Float, I believe. And then this is our property we're setting. We should also actually not make this be anonymous. We should actually pass in the value. I should really make this like an observable, but it's whatever. This is only... Yeah, I think this should be fine. Alright, we're going to find out now. Let's just compile and run it. Let me catch up and chat real quick, guys. It's been a while since I did anything code related. The best I can do is a rock, paper, scissors game, probably. Hey, man, that's how we start. Actually, not even start. I started at something way... I struggle with something way easier than that. It's all just a matter of time. David Solomon. You're intelligent, humanoid talking panda. You can do much better. Hey, man. What is that phrase they say? The journey of 1,000 steps starts with, ooh. Ooh, that's already looking off. Yeah, the journey of 1,000 steps starts with a single step. Something like that. Go to the garage. No, I want to go to chips. Time stop. Okay, go to the game. Oh, it's inverted, actually. Oh, that's crazy, actually. That's actually not how I want things to work. Oh, that's like super disorienting. Maybe like we have the effect get worse. Okay, first of all, so I made a miscalculation, and that is the fact that normal time is actually at 1, not 0. So for our little time dilation effect, we gotta invert that. We gotta flip it. So we're gonna introduce that p-value again. It's gonna be equal to s underscore time dilation. It's gonna be 1 minus that though. And I think we're gonna do clamp. I think that's gonna be part of the deal here. And then we can replace, whoops, wrong function. Here we go. Replace that with this. And let's do something too, like I would want anything next, like the player or things closer to the center of the screen should be not as dilated, and things further away from the screen should be more dilated. I'm thinking. How I want to go about doing this. We can do. I don't know, let's just try this out first. Also, let's make this effect easy to test. And also, before I even do that, let's make sure you're set to 1. And then let's go to where's the default vehicle? Configuration. Apply. Here's our default. You're gonna use, instead of this, you're going back to using stop. That's going to make our life a little bit more easier as far as testing is concerned. Comrade started the internship. So far, so good. That's good to hear, man. I'm glad your internship's going good, man. Everything's going good over here. Progress little by little, as you can tell. We just got to keep walking this path, and eventually we'll get to the top. Cozy flying, much blessings. What's going on, Dat? Good to see you again, man. I see you holding it down in horizontal land. Okay, I don't know why everything's green though. That's throwing me off a little bit. I don't know why everything is. Yeah, this is strange. I'm finding that very weird because the final value for time stop RGB, we're using the original G value from the original color. He's using the left offset. Oh, this is using. There we go. They're both using the same offset there. It doesn't explain why green is what it is, but it's still something. Oh, and that's why, because we're not using the B value here. Okay, this should actually look like what we're originally going for. Alright, let's see if this post-processing effect looks good. Come on, shader. Don't fail me. Okay. That's something. That looks so cool, dude. That looks so cool, man. That looks so freaking cool, dude. I need these coins to also abide by the time dilation stuff, so you gotta make those guys stop too. I also need to figure out something with the player. We do have a mask we can use to ignore effects for the player. So maybe I'll do that. This is so cool though, man. This feels so freaking cool. I think I'm gonna do something else with this. I think we're gonna do... I don't know. I don't want to do too much with it though, because the more we do, the more disorienting it could be for people. And I don't want to have that happen. So we have to be careful about that. But yeah, here's the whiteout depth map. With transition, we have this whole calculation that goes on. Screen correction, offset scroll. No, we have to go to whiteout. Here we go. We have the raw depth. Oh, interesting. I can even call whiteout from here. Do the player mask stuff here, and we can do blurb between this value, the original, and then depth. And that should preserve the player's colors. And then maybe for a little bit of added sauce, we can do this might be disorienting, but let's just try it out anyways, because I think it's gonna be super cool to have some kind of change like this. Okay, let's hit our effect. Oh, it's applying effect only to the player. Whoops, we need to invert that. That's easy to do though, thankfully. Recompile. There we go. This is so cool, dude. Maybe I should keep the X I shouldn't oscillate the X, but rather I should have oscillation on the Y. Maybe that's a better idea. So instead of... Where are you? I keep losing my place in this script for some reason, for this shader. Yeah, let's do this instead. We can give it like a smaller amplitude as well, just to be a little bit more, I don't know, easier. A little less crazy to the viewer. I'm loving this, dude. I am absolutely loving this. So we stop you. Though I'm not gonna lie, this is kind of distracting as far as gameplay goes. Like, it's kind of hard to actually avoid damage from certain things. I should use like a depth map as well to have like the backgrounds and not be as drastically shifted, and have the foreground elements be way more shifted. Yeah, like this is like very hard to gauge where I'm gonna hit something and where I'm not. It's very trippy and imprecise. It's a cool effect, but boy howdy, if it doesn't make things a little bit harder to traverse. Super cool. I don't think I can do it for this. Yeah, I think we can't. I'm not sure what we can do alternate to, though. I mean, there's a few things we can do, but... Or I guess we can have it where things that are close to the center are not going to have as much of an impact. So we can do, for example, we can add another element to this p-value where it's like, we get the distance from, we can calculate the distance from center. So we have i.uv final minus initial, which can be 0.5. And then we can get the distance for that. So the further away it is, the more, the closer to 0 it should be. And the further away it is, not quite. Because it's always having that chromatic effect on it now. I don't want that. Oh right, I didn't divide, did I? So we did this whole thing, but we didn't divide it by like a magnitude of that's not going to be right, but it might be approximately close to what I want it to do. No, it's actually the opposite. So now, the closer something is to the center of the screen, the more the aberration gets crazier. That's not what I want to have happen. I want to have the opposite happen. I don't know why this is happening. Something's causing this to... So we need to flip this term. We're not going to invert it. Keep it the same way. Let's go. Where's the hazard? Cool, so things that are further away have that effect more pronounced. That's actually pretty sick. though it makes everything that's it doesn't make it obvious that time stopping is happening. I could always do the other thing of like having inverted colors too. We could also do that. So like, let's do this. We can do the chromatic thing and inverted colors. So where's one second, why is it happening consistently? That's not supposed to be happening. You have original color. Oh, because yeah, okay. We're doing this irrespective here. That's for the player ignoring thing. We're not doing that here. I should do like a composite of these two, because I have to reuse this component specifically by itself. How are you handling collisions in this game? I'm just using the default colliders in Unity to handle it. That's pretty much it. Nothing too fancy. The fancy stuff happens in like the object culling stuff, but the individual objects are just using the basic. I think I'm even just using a sphere collider on it or something. Also, what's going on, Jeremy? Hopefully doing well today. Welcome to the stream. Let's see. Coefficient is going to be just this term. So we have this final color, and then we're going to have this invert version of it as well. So we're going to do a we're going to do the original this one as well. And then we're going to use nope. There we go. Is that enough to fix it? Colors look right. Okay. And now you know you're in inversion land. That's pretty cool. I need to lessen the colliders though. They're a little too big and chunky and kind of unforgiving. This is pretty cool. Maybe it's not epileptic. It's not very epileptic friendly, so maybe I should do something to make that a bit better, to have it not be like a everything to white and then, you know, then inversion world. I need to figure out how to handle that. But the end results, I'm digging it. I'm digging this. Maybe I want to do another depth map for hazards, so they can be included in like the ignoring, but Yeah, see, like, that sucks. I'm gonna reduce the radius. That's stupid. It's legitimately so stupid. Where is the radius? Or you know, it might be set directly in the prefab. So I'm gonna have to go there. Yeah. Laser. Container. And quad. Yeah, and you're gonna contain the collider, sphere collider. Okay, cool. Yeah, we're gonna have you. 0.25 seems a bit better to me, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, of course, man. I was thinking about maybe using, because we have tile data, but I was thinking about using the tile information for doing collision, but it's gonna remove a lot of nuance, and I'd rather not. I think this kind of precision movement thing warrants just the extra computation for more precision. It's worth it at this point. Okay, come on. Come on, game. Come on. There's no hazards, really? Oh, there we go. How close I get. I'm gonna reduce the player's collide. The collider feels so big for the player. I don't understand it. Yeah, like, look at that. That's ridiculous. I think the player colliders in general are just kind of... I don't know why, though, because I feel like I made it pretty. Unless the quad is factoring into it. Unity does have that annoying tendency where it doesn't differentiate. You have a box collider. Is that what's causing the issues? Why do we have you again? I don't remember that. Is that it? It's just that we had that stupid box collider attached that doesn't do anything of value? I'm guessing. We're gonna find out. Oh, we start off here? That's not right. Yeah, we have to do a thing. Okay. How close can we get? Oh, we're still touching. Jeez, what's going on, dude? There's no way. This collider is so small. Everything we're touching should not be causing that to happen. Player script. Sphere collider. I disabled the box collider. I don't think we have anything else here then. I should have a collider on it. Engine has a sphere collider on it. I don't know why you have that. It shouldn't. This is activated. Maybe it's doing something that I'm just not aware of. Okay, those are just rendering stuff. You're just a light source. Yeah, so far so good. Nothing here that can propagate back upwards. You have a mesh collider? No. You don't need that. Maybe you do actually, I don't know. Yeah, I think we're good there. Okay, cool. Let's save it. Let's run it. Let's see how this looks. What's the RTA? Here you go. There's the deets. There we go. That's more like it. Okay, that seems more fair. It's still bothering me. It doesn't feel quite right. But this is better. Yeah, something from the back though, because look at the player collider. Right there is where that got triggered. But if you look, let's just do something. Let's make this even smaller. We're gonna go bullet hell style with this collider. And see if this makes me happy. Right, I'm trying to drill through it. I sure do like that JoJo's The World thing, where like a circle radiates out from the player. See, no, there's something else. Because we're super small. Let's get some more health first before I play with this. Okay, there we go. Let's get some more. I need some more health. We're getting a lot of time, but not a lot of health. Oh my goodness, that was crazy. There we go. That's not that much. Why does this increment suck? I'm hardly getting anything. Okay, we got the hazard coming up. We got a few of them coming up, actually. So I get close to that wall. Yeah, I can go a while before I actually get hit by it. 1 second. Dude, if I get some cash money from this game, I need to get another camera. This one's giving me pains, dude. This is coming together, though. I'm actually happy with this, dude. Hello, good sir. Tamerka, it's been a while. It's good to see you. Hopefully you're doing well. Hopefully your night's treating you good. My night's going pretty good. I'm happy with the background right now. Though the collider still feels like a little too small or a little too large for some reason. And I'm not sure why. What's making me feel this way? How's your day going? Yeah, pretty good. Just getting some more work done in this game. It's getting closer and closer to being better. Okay, we have a. Oh, this is the culprit. We have a box collider. It's not active, but why is this being used? Why do we have a box collider on the engine? What? What are we doing? We don't even use the engine. I think we're gonna render it at some point, but we don't need a box glider. What's this doing here? Am I gonna have rigid body too? Get that out of here. We don't need that at all. That's really weird and dumb. Oh, we have another one here too. Why do we have a rigid body and a box glider on this? I have no idea. Super strange. Super duper strange. Okay. Camera, attachment, visual route. What have you. Okay, I think I purged every other piece of like possible collider from the player. I'm gonna hope that that's makes everything right as rain. We also have this box collider for some reason. I'm gonna get rid of it. I don't trust it. We just need a sphere collider. Oh, rigid body needs a. Does it need a sphere collider or a solid body collider? I don't know. It might not be rotating accurately. Yeah, well, it's the parent doesn't. Oh, what's going on up there? Maybe we deleted something we actually needed. Not been assigned. And that is at 111. Platform transform local scale. Transform. How is that not assigned? That's 100% assigned. I'm sorry, what? Oh, you're using that playboard thing. Wait, what? Why are you using playboard? Can I just use player and hope for the best? Are we actually doing anything with this? Like, are we? That was like for initializing the board, but we're not doing that anymore. That's not a thing, so I think that actually might be just fine. If it's an AAB. I don't think we had any active box gliders. I think we had one for the rigid body, but we had it deactivated for some reason. Re-import, come on. Good luck on much progress in the night. Thank you, Loki. Yeah, we're getting there, man. It's starting to feel more and more like a proper game. Feeling more like a proper game. Okay, let's see here. I like that it affects this too. So, okay, that feels more accurate to our collider. Let's see if I can find ourselves a little. Let's see if we can't find ourselves a hazard. Is it just too big of a collider? Maybe that's just it. Maybe the laser's just stupid. Maybe I've been wrestling with the wrong thing. I'm not the problem. It's a laser that's the problem. This is super nitpicky, but it makes the game not feel so good. I'm gonna be honest with you. Try out the mesh render real quick. Oh, do you have a... Oh, it has another collider, doesn't it? It has a mesh collider as well. These pesky mesh colliders. Ruining the fun for everyone. Okay, this should be better, I think. This has a sphere collider. You also have a sphere collider, but you're tiny. Yeah, maybe that's just the issue, was that we had another sneaky mesh collider in there. Your liminal space of grass touching the sunlight, and sunlight must be your superpower. Rule of Cool is a powerful tool for games. You're talking about like this background here? I like this. It's just cool. I think it... I was feeling in a very liminal mood today. So, I just found it and decided to use it. Like, it's very much a rule of cool, but it's like rule of cool for me. And hopefully other people agree with my taste. And if not, GG's, I guess. I need to fix what's going on with the point light. I don't know what's going on with the 2-point line. It looks odd. I'm hoping it's just a Z fighting issue because they're tangent to the surface. Come on, I need a hazard that's actually... I need a surface that's actually... or a laser that's actually long. Okay, come on. There you go. Precisely what the doctor ordered. And there we go. It was the friggin' it was that sneaky mesh collider. I can't believe it, dude. Look at that. Now I can I couldn't do this before. Not with confidence. Oh yeah, this is coming together, dude. This is feeling like more and more of a game. We have the progress bar. We have the abilities are actually looking cool and fun to use. I need to use like some kind of sound effect for when we trigger time stop. We have the hazards display. The transition looks rough. We got to fix that too, but that's a work in progress. We got work in progress, dude. What game doesn't have some parts that are a little bit rough? Dude, I'm super happy with this though. This is actually looking freaking awesome. We have this going on too. We gotta do the screen transition stuff, but we'll do that. So we have to add something that makes the time stop actually useful. So we need to add more elements that are going to be stopped by the time stop. So let's just do that. The hazards are 3D. I didn't even notice. Oh, really? I thought the 3D elements were going to stick out like a sore thumb. I was even contemplating making them 2D, but I'm glad you like it. Maybe I'll actually keep it that way then. And what's going on, bruh? Hope everyone's having a good night. Yeah, hope you're having a good night, man. It's always good to see you here. I've had that feeling at work too, wrapping up a 1.5-year project. Oh, that sounds... Yeah, long projects, it's dude. It can be grueling. There's one at work that's like a slog. And it's like... It's crazy when you have other priorities pop up and you have to abandon what you're doing to deal with the higher priority stuff that interjects on occasion. And then like a couple months go by, and then you have to, that's done, and then you go back to your project, the other prolonged project, and it's like, oh my goodness, I forgot. It's a weird process getting back into the headspace of what was I debugging again? What was I in the middle of fixing? I had that today actually, but thankfully I had like some documentation and things started clicking for me again, so that's good. If I didn't though, that would have been so bad if I just like spaghetti coded the project and everything, or that branch at least. Okay, I'm feeling good with this stuff. We had a thing called hazard before, but that's a misnomer. Now we just call it tile. But I think I'm gonna have something that's very much equivalent to it. That's gonna be much more simpler. It's literally just gonna be, where's the create method? Yeah, here we go. I'm gonna yoink this create method. It's gonna be essentially the same. The mixing 3D, the 3D mixing is great. I remember early impressions of that with this Gaia or Ragnarok Online, mixing 2D with 3D. Yeah, I always liked that. I always liked seeing more of that kind of thing. I enjoyed the early days of like console gaming when they made the switch from 2D to 3D, where you saw a bunch of hybrid stuff like that. It's something I want to experiment with. All my games experiment with that at some level. So, yeah, that's the idea here. Yeah, I'm just gonna yoink this. This is everything I need here to achieve what I gotta achieve. The only thing is that we have this called mHazard, and it's not correct. I don't know why we're still using this. Maybe we should 3D model the hazards. Like, we had those little spiky boys, the sprites, but I don't know. I'm digging the 3D mix. Oh, before I do that, let me also look at the laser, because the light is wrong, and I'm hoping that maybe just adding some offset would help with that. So we have the start position and end position. It's gonna be equal to, like, I don't know, 0 on those components, and then half a meter on the Z negative, has to be negative, I believe, at least. Stop. When I don't want Unity to compile, it compiles, and when I want it to compile, it doesn't compile. It's the greatest thing ever. Okay, we're gonna treat you like a constant, because that's how that's how you need to be treated. And we're going to do this plus forward. No. Okay, cool. So I'm hoping that's going to just prevent some of that Z fighting issues, and hopefully the lighting is going to render correctly. If not, there's something specifically incorrect about my line light shader, or part of my light model, and that's going to be a whole thing to fix. So I'm fingers crossed, guys. We're going to have our fingers crossed for this one. So far it doesn't look messed up. So far it's looking good. I'm not seeing anything odd here. Yup, and that fixed it. That fixed it. Nice. brightness, dude. So I'm gonna get rid of this button here because it's kind of annoying. I don't know. I'm thinking we have this on-screen relative joystick. Oh, that's another thing I want to do. The relative joystick is too sensitive. I'm gonna give it some more length. Where are you? Relative input, we have a value of 128. Let's make it like 256. Twice the length. Doesn't have to be a power. I think I did it power 2 because, actually no, I did it based off the resolution, but right now gameplay trumps resolution. Yeah, funny you say that. Obviously there's a lot of that with faraway crowds, freeze, trees, etc. But when it's an artistic choice, it can look cool. Yeah, I think it's pretty rad. I mean, there's some even early PS1 stuff that actually pull that off pretty well. I mean, look at that Hercules game. I forgot what it was, but it actually looked pretty cool. It was a cool presentation for a platformer. What am I testing again? I was testing something. Oh, right, this. Yeah. Yeah, my coworker who tested it out also said that it doesn't feel very instant. The movement. Also, I'm realizing something. We're normalizing this vector. So I don't think there's actually, like, I don't think there's, stop it. Yeah, there's not much. I think that's the issue. It's not the distances it can go, it's the fact that we're normalizing it reduces any ability for nuance, because even if it's slightly forward, it's going to be just max forward. I don't want that. So this is not the issue, it is the normalization that we do that's the issue. Final offset plus start. Yeah, where do we report? We return a final vector 2 value, don't we? Yeah. So where does that happen? Vector 2 0 when it's waiting. When performed, we do this. We do pointer position minus start normalized. No, we're not going to do that, because normalize ensures a magnitude of 1. I think what I want to do instead, I don't know, is maybe have some kind of threshold. Because pointer position's arbitrary. It can be anywhere in the screen. And then minus the start position on screen. So we can have like maybe, you know, less than 100. Or maybe even use the same pixels. 256. Like less than 256. Or let's not even do that. Let's maybe like less than 300, right? You're gonna have that nuance. And then anything exceeding of that, we can clamp the value to like 1. Please tell me I have a clamp function. I don't have a clamp extension. Let's make that happen. Let's make that a utility. Or a reality. Yep. Yeah, I don't have a clamp function. Crazy. In fact, I'm just gonna do 0, 1. No, stop. Stop. Oh my goodness. This autocomplete is gonna drive me crazy. Okay, I did it wrong though. I had a period there, but still. Alright. Math F. Clamp 0, 1. I know it's not relevant here. Like, that's not gonna be... That's not an important thing here. This is fine. But I need to do a day where we just learn AVX stuff. So I just want to have that information, that knowledge in my belt buckle. And I just don't. I haven't had time to do a project using AVX intrinsics. And I just need to do it, dude. I just need to understand that way of thinking about things. Looks intuitive to me. I wonder if you can see the joystick ball easily on mobile under the finger. I wonder if offsetting is a little more direction would look good. Let's work on that. Yeah, that's where we're touching that right now, actually. Breathtaking view. Thank you, man. What's your ideal game? I don't really know. My tastes have been kind of changing lately. I usually like games where I can get lost in the world. That's the most important thing for me. The Witness is great for that. I love The Witness. There's also another game. I forgot the name of it. What was it called? It's a free game. But, yeah, it's, most of the game, there's no real explicit mechanics. You can beat the game very simply, but it just has a nice world. A very unique world that kind of immerses you in it. What else is there? What else is there? The Beginner's Guide is great for that too. I love Inside. The atmosphere of that game is fantastic as well. What are we testing? I implemented something right now and I forgot. I don't even know what I did. I wrote code just like a couple seconds ago and I forgot what I even wrote. Wait, what was I... Oh, the on-screen thing. Interesting. Oh, because we're clamping. We're clamping negative values. We can't do that. Can we? Okay, we need to change that. Can I do like -1? Is that valid syntax? No, we can't. So let's do this. And it's what, negative min max. Okay, that was the problem. But the stuff on the positive side felt good. So I think this is a step in the right direction, man. For this game, no, I'm using HLSL. I'm doing a lot of very custom stuff that Shader Lab would be very unintuitive to use for it. Actually, no. I'm thinking of Shader Graph. I'm not sure what Shader Lab is. If it's any like UI based thing, then definitely not. Right, on screen. Yes. This feels way more nuanced. Way more control. Yes. This is good. The knockback is also stupid. I don't like the knockback at all. I'm actually considering making this be like a physical collider instead of like a... Yeah, let's see though. Where's your knockback percent? Whatever it is, it's stupid. And whoever did that is dumb. Oh, wait a second. I did that. Yeah, we're gonna make that like... Have it now. I'm gonna do 5. Yeah, we're gonna just do 25% of that. Yeah, whatever you have, a fourth of that. Oh, ShaderLab is if the text-based .shader files. Oh, that's HLS. We're using HLSL. They're the Microsoft shader language. So if that's same thing, then yeah. You usually just think about it that way, because you're just coding in HLSL and then it gets transpiled to whatever graphics API you're targeting. Which I'm going to figure that out for the engine project I'm doing. Right now I'm I'm writing directly just to OpenGL, but for writing OpenGL shaders directly, programs, but I think if I want to have the ability to have my engine compile to whatever, like there's some platforms that only have certain types of graphics API supported. So I want to find a way of making it very robust where I can compile to those things. But it's like this weird nested, it's this weird jungle of graphs. Because you have SPIR-V, you have these different shader languages, and then you have all these different programs that transpile them to each other. And there's different versions of it too. Maybe it's fine. Maybe you can just find something there's got to be something for converting stuff from OpenGL to SPIR-V or something. Or maybe I just do SPIR-V and then compile to other stuff. I don't know. I need to figure out how people do it. I have zero idea how people do it. This feels good though. This on-screen joystick feels much better now. I didn't even realize that it was going max, because I was always going max speed. I don't know why this is triggering the game over UI there when that's incorrect. Dude, I'm loving this. I'm loving this shader so much, man. Each one is cool in their own unique way, dude. Yeah, I need to fix that. That's terrible. That looks absolutely terrible. We need to fix that. Idea game is the one I'm in the mood for at the moment in time of my life. Ideal game is the one I'm in the mood for at this time in my life. Are you talking about like the one I mentioned, like the atmospheric based ones? It's so professional and satisfying looking. Love the frame rate of the coins. Thank you, man. Thank you, Loki. Yeah, I was an artist, or not Loki. Yeah, Loki. It's you, Loki.
I think you guys heard me already talk about this, but I used to be super big into art. I'm still into art a lot, but
the technical stuff is what has my focus most of the time. Oh, that's cool. The fire is inverted because it's not part of the mask. That's cool. Okay. We have things to do. Yeah, this is very based. I took a bunch of pictures when I went to Puerto Rico. So I just pull out a bunch of photographs and use that as reference, and it's pretty good. Pretty great reference, dude. Any particular reason you're clamping each component individually versus the vector as a whole matter for your code? I mean, I just don't have is there a function for vector clamping already? Like, is there a vector 3 thing already that does that? I'm doing component wide just because that's what I have to do, and I wrote an extension for it, assuming that there's nothing else that does that already. But if there is, where am I doing this? Is this a different controller? Let's see here. Yeah, clamp normal. Is there a vector 3 clamp? Oh, I guess there is. What's our vector 3? I just need vector 2, but it's an implicit cast, so it doesn't really matter. Oh, but that's for max length. That's not gonna work. Yeah, I needed to clamp magnitude. No, that would work actually. Would it support? It's looking for magnitudes. I think it's gonna support the negative and positive value components. Huh. Vector 2. Is that a thing too? Yeah, clamp magnitude. Cool to know. You have lerp unclamped as well. Hey, cool to know. I'm still gonna use my utility function, but hey, we're smarter for it. Clamp magnitude, yeah, there we go. I mean the game that's my ideal game is the one I'm in the mood for playing. Oh yeah, like at any given point. At any given point, that's the one you want to do. I can feel that. My tastes change. Okay, we have this going. I think we should start adding hazards to this. Look like diagonal movement is affected anyway. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. Like, it's not gonna really suffer from, it's not gonna suffer from that thing of like, you know that thing where you have a component of 1 on both the x and y, or both components are 1, you're gonna end up having a magnitude that exceeds 1. Though since we're doing like a delta, actually it might still happen, but yeah, it might actually still happen. Because up, down versus that. You know what? We'll just play test it and see how people feel. If I don't see anything significant from it, we can change it, but... yeah, that's fine. I'll leave that in. Or maybe it will, because we're doing the division, so we're kind of doing like a pseudo, not really normalization, but we have a certain magnitude and we're dividing it, the vector components, by that. But yeah, if both components exceed that, then you're gonna have something crazy go on. I think the nature of the game already kind of limits that. So I think it's fine. Okay, cool. So far so good. I'm liking this. We also have this foreground background thing going on. So we have to actually add the correct settings for the engines. That's not a big deal. I should probably start modeling this out and doing the background. Because I hate seeing the default Unity skybox stuff. Hazards, though. That's the big thing. That's the name. Actually, let me fix the transition. Okay, no. There's so many things to do. So many things to do. But we have to be mindful. What I think the hazard should be. Because I want to have versions of them that oscillate up and down. So let me think. I want to have them oscillate. So what do we do? I can have them. We either have distinct entities, one that are static and then ones that do move. Okay, there's another thing we have to address. It's like more low-hanging fruit, which is the pickups and having their oscillation pause with the time dilation. Currently, they're just moving indiscriminately. We need to change that, though, so that they actually are affected by time dilation. And that's gonna be pretty simple. They just have to be. There's a couple ways we can do this. We can have them be use observables. Actually, let's just go to the time dilation module. And like we have, what do we have here? I know we have a callback somewhere buried in here. Oh no, that's a timer module. No, time dilation module. Yeah, there we go. And then we have this event here, which I want to move to subjects because it just makes things a bit easier. What does it do? It does add some. Okay, and it's fine. It's fine. Where's player? Or pickups? We can have this be registered. It's fine. Does this already implement it? It does. Oh, we already have this hooked up to it. So we're good. I could just use the value as a coefficient here, and it's just going to be good. What is it called? Time dilation coefficient. That's what we're using. Perfect. Precisely what I needed. Okay, cool. And this should just work. This menu is kind of cool. If you're talking about the main menu one, yeah, it's coming together. It's still very rough though. But I'm glad you can. If that's what you're talking about, then I'm glad you can see the vision, because it's looking rough. But it's about the vision. I remember my first experience with faster diagonals was Ultimate Online. If you were running away from a PK, it was vital. Oh, interesting. I know a fun game feature I like thinking of designing is emergent gameplay. Half-Life 2 and Halo was pretty good at that. Well, what do you mean by emergent? Is it like, yeah, I'm kind of curious about what you mean by that. So time? No. That's not right. Also, the shader's not working anymore, so that's not cool. Okay, something's gone wrong. Why would... Okay. So that's not gonna work. Because we're scaling the entire time value. This is the absolute time value from since session startup. This is not something we're manually keeping ourselves. Okay. Okay. So we can't just do time.time. We're gonna have to... I think the most straightforward thing is to accumulate time ourselves. Because I think if we multiply the amplitude of sine by that, it's not going to produce the effect we're looking for. Or actually, maybe it will. Unity. Let's see. I see the vision though. Let's go, man. I'm glad you see it, dude. Yeah, I mean, this whole game has been like, just see the vision, dude. Just it's rough, but we'll get there. Yeah, no, the amplitude thing's not working. It's not. It's going to normalize to its own. It's going to return to its original value. You have to accrue time manually ourselves. Okay. That's fine. Is this... What is this? Elapsed? Yeah, it's just a float. Okay. Cool. I'm liking this. Okay. And then on assignment, we have to do elapsed time equals 0. We'll just do that here. I don't know. No, that's for like initial init. Okay, that looks good to me. That looks good to me. Can be like the world around you has patterns or of behaviors that when you learn them, you can essentially play around them in a way that developers may have not had in mind. Okay, I gotcha. So in my mind, that's like wave dashing in Super Smash Brothers Melee. Actually, like the whole game's meta is just that dynamic emergent gameplay. I say dynamic because there's a framework of game design called MAD. So you have like the mechanics, the aesthetics, and dynamics. And the emergence that we're describing, I think, falls into the category of dynamics, where it's like the how players utilize the like the second layer of the game that emerges on top of what was explicitly designed. I don't understand why the this callback is not, the shader is not working anymore. It's like it's gave up. We had this beautiful shader and it's not doing anything now. I don't know why. They stop. I also wanted the animations to stop as well. We should probably do that. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with the visual effect. That's very strange to me. Time module. Did we do something wrong within the post-process stuff? No, we haven't touched you. We have this on awake. Or we listen for this explicitly. Yeah, this still exists. That still exists. So it's not that. Oh, this is so weird. Yeah, we ended up at like where we started, with no changes to this whatsoever, and yet that's somehow broken things. Very strange. Very dynamic sound, right? Yeah, I mean, there's like different frameworks though. I think there's I think emergent gameplay was something that was like kind of buzzing around, like that was a big focus at some point. Like, you know how like the game industry goes through different fads, not fads, but like buzzwords. It's a real, like, emergent gameplay is a very real thing. It's just the thing they latch onto. I can't remember, there's another game that I think has like really good examples of that. What is going on here? Right, we're gonna go to pickups. I'm gonna solve another low-hanging fruit thing while we can, which is gonna be having the animation speed drop down. So on update, self-calling, player instance, no, distance, okay, no, we're not doing that. That's for the light. Do we have speed overrides? Oh, we're gonna have to refactor our animation system a little bit to add support for another thing. Because right now we have speed as a pre-baked thing, but now we have this additional consideration of having this be. Yeah, having an independent speed value. That we need to factor in. fact, I'm gonna move this into here. That's gonna be a value. And then offset. Yeah, hopefully this doesn't break things, but it could very well. Has a real possibility of doing that. Main texture property, scale, target material, target main texture. Where do we set our... frame count, image speed, there we go. So where is this used? I like to just comment things out and just see where they break. It's a very nice handy way of understanding where you need to factor in things. Okay, so that's one place I need to do that. Yeah, that's gonna be fine. That's gonna be fine as well. Perfect. That's kind of simple, actually. And then we can do like a getter setter situation for I don't know. I like using functions because they're very explicit what you're doing. It feels very much like you are making a conscious decision to enact a change. I don't like doing stuff in properties too much, especially setting, because it's like it feels like it obscures some kind of some value. Okay. Let me go back up here. You know what, we're adding a thing. No. Cool. And now we can do set animator speed to and now the animation for the coin should halt, slow down, and then pick back up once time resumes. That should be pretty cool, dude. Back to work I go. I see the finish line in this amazing project. Thank you, man. I appreciate it, dude. I can feel the finish line too, and I just wanna finish a project, man. I just wanna finish a project, and we're getting there. I can feel it. I think I might start like a 10-day countdown. I don't know why this is broken now though. It's weird. There you go. Okay, that's cool. I should also make the animations in the background, like all the shaders, be subject to that as well, so that they are subject to time stop. I don't understand why the shader's not responding though. It's super weird. Yeah, be 10-day countdown. I mean, let's see though. I need to do some iteration. I need to do some play testings. But I'm feeling like actually confident that we can potentially do that, which is kind of weird to think about.
But it's true. It's true. I can see the finish line's getting closer and closer, nearer and nearer. I'm excited. Excited. We can be free at last. Free at last. To do my true passion. I know I want to do the game engine project, but I also want to finish up Messy Mansion too. It's this weird push and pull. I want to just start finishing all the other projects I've started beforehand. But I don't know. Maybe we'll do a small, famous last words, a small game in my engine, and then we'll switch to Messy Mansion. Like a really tiny RPG. I really want to do like a mini quest, like a super simple RPG. We'll see though. We shall see. Where is the something odd is happening though. Do we not have the post-process stuff added in the game? Like that's what I can assume is the issue. Is that we don't have that FNF post-process? No. FNF camera. But what about post-process? I'm not seeing it here. I'm gonna have to exit the main menu and then come back here, but let's see. No, because we have the post-processing handling the transition initiator, so this should just work. Oh, but it works now. Strange, but okay. I should make it happen with the laser too. We have 2 times. That's crazy. Yeah, let's do that with the shader. Where is it? Laser. Laser. You have access to the animator, right? Transform, container, laser. Oh, maybe you don't actually. Maybe you actually don't. Well, let's fix that. Oh, actually, no. You don't. Stop it, Ryder. Okay, we have this. No, it's just called renderer. Come on. Dude, I absolutely... I love this camera, but also I just want to get a new one. I just don't want to deal with that timeout thing. It's so annoying. I just want to work, man. But it's fine. It reminds me that time's passing and that I should probably not be up too late. So we have laser, that's what it's called. Okay. Might even do like the null coalescing operator for that. And then this is a poolable object, which means it's also going to be subject to the same time dilation thing we've talked about. Yeah, we don't have to do anything special here. So I could just do... my goodness. Is that speed? And that should be enough. Let's see. This might be magical, dude. This might be actually magical, dude.
Okay, come on, it's not compiling. Come on, dude. Whoops. I accidentally hit like a big folder to recompile. That's not great. Okay, that wasn't that bad. Let's see. Now it works. Okay, let's see. Whoops. That's pretty sick, actually. So, where's the hazard? Okay. That is so cool, dude. That is so freaking cool. That looks absolutely amazing, dude. Oh, it feels like we're actually stopping time right now. Oh, dude, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. This actually looks so freaking good. Like the fact that the coins oh man, I am so happy with this game right now. I'm gonna make a build for my phone. I think I'm gonna go into the office tomorrow just so I can play test with some people. Like this actually looks so good with the new level assets. I'm gonna change the tiles too. I think we're gonna have a different one for this. I also need to figure out what that bug is that's triggering this this premature failure state for some reason. Oh, we need to fix that too. Oh, dude, the version needs so much better. Needs so much better. I'm so excited. This makes me so freaking happy. So freaking happy. Visual state. In camera. Speed lines, that's the thing. That's the ticket. A little bit like that. Let's see. Let's get to the end of the level real quick and see how it looks. If not, I might have to do something programmatically. We didn't do the hazards though. That's something I really wanted to do. Well, you know what? Before I even do that, let me change one other thing. Where do we start the player at usually? Start placing the player like. Are we doing it initially here, or are we doing it somewhere else? Do the path generation. Message broker. Reset player. Yeah, we set it to 100, but we're not gonna do that anymore. We're gonna set them to like 0, or heck, even maybe like 10 or something. A few meters in. We don't need any of this stuff. That's from a bygone era. That is no longer relevant. I thank you, Lily Guitar. I'm glad you're digging it. It's coming together. It's coming together, man. This guy can actually maybe make a game. Isn't that crazy? I could actually maybe make a game, dude. Man, God is good, dude. He is good. Let's go. Okay. And now we're starting off actually in the level instead of outside of it like usual. Beautiful. Oh, I need to add, I have sound effects for the pickups. I need to test the game with that on. Okay, let's get to the end of the level. I'm gonna do a cool effect for the transition. Right now it's just a placeholder thing with those lines and having it be black and white, but we're gonna do an actual, like, replace the white and black parts with actual color speed lines and stuff. Maybe do like a blend composite or something. I don't know. Oh, this is starting to feel like an actual successor to the previous game, dude. Are we almost at the end? Yes, we are. Almost. I think we moved up just a little bit more, but yeah, we're like there. Oh, dude, I'm so happy, dude. Thank you, dude. I appreciate it, man. Yeah. It's coming together, man. I've gone through, like, even this game that's so seemingly simple, it's like, it's been kind of testing me, man, in a bunch of ways, but I think I'm starting to see the light. I've been seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, but now it's like, it's there. Like, the light is hitting my face. It's crazy, man. Like, yeah, it took longer, but I'm actually so much more happier with what we have here today versus what we would have done if I just stuck to that 3-week deadline and rushed out a game that was half-baked. And yeah, I wouldn't have been happy with this at all had I not done this time. I need to implement the upgrade mechanic, though. I need to design that. So that's going to be another thing we have to deal with. But that's okay. Little by little, we're getting there. Little by little, we're getting there. This is Unity? Yeah, I'm using Unity. We're just using C# and HLSL for the shaders. Always believed you could. You inspire confidence. Thank you, Lily Guitar. I'm not gonna lie, man. There's sometimes we're on stream and it feels more vibrato than actual substance, but today's a day, man. It's like a turning point, man. It's the turning point. You know, today's stream actually very much feels like the turning point. Let me go to actually no, let me modify the speed lines a little bit more, because they're not quite right. I think I need to move it up just a little bit more, and I think we'll be happier with that. Okay, save it. Okay, this is Unity Engine. The next game I want to make, I think I'm going to do an RPG. A very tiny one, but an RPG nonetheless. nonetheless. I don't know how he escaped that, dude. Yeah, the little hitbox has really made this game feel more nimble. It makes the character feel more nimble and less clumsy. Like, you can really skate along the edges. It's probably gonna make the drill feel better too, because we were actually hitting stuff all the time with the drill, but I think now it's gonna be much better. No, I'm missing things. That feels better. Those speed lines feel better. Cool. I feel happy with this, man. I'm actually so happy. This looks so much better, dude. Like, this is all the stuff we've been developing this entire time. Our custom light model, our custom mapping for the background, the shader stuff for the player and characters so we can have cool sprite-based lighting. The UI that's very much different. The whole like text replacement for TextMesh Pro to instead use our sprite sheet for rendering. The on-screen alert thing, our object culling stuff for way better performance on low-end devices. Everything's coming together, man. All this work, it's finally coming together. This post-processing stack we've made for ourselves, something crazy, but it's still a thing. I feel so happy, man. Like, I can feel happy showing this to people, I think. Let's go, dude. We have a... Let me move a sound effect. Because for the pickup, we have to play with audio. But let me just go to here first. I know we have... resources... Jack money, garage. Yeah, I know we have, effects here. There's like a coin or a heart get. Oh, that was loud. Sorry. But yeah, that's exactly it. So I'm gonna move that to I don't know, audio. To be honest, I really would love to make a game myself, but I never found the right guidance and it seems so hard to start. I wanted to propose to my, in 3 months, wife by creating a game. Dude, that sounds so romantic, man. You could totally make a game within 3 months. Now the complexity, that's a different thing, but you can totally make a game within 3 months. Here's like the simple stuff, right? You're going to start by picking out a game engine. You don't need anything complex for what you're doing. If you're going to, especially like if you're doing 2D, even easier, right? I started with Game Maker Studio. I think they're paid now. They have this whole subscription thing. But I think they even have a free trial thing you could try out to see if that fits good. Unity's a free option. Godot is a free option. Unreal is also free. bit more beefier. Unreal's a lot more to get more of a learning curve to it for sure. But yeah, if you're gonna do like something simple like 2D, dude, honestly, I might just suggest you using GameMaker and pick it up. Yeah, but figure out what you want your game to be for your proposal first. If you're starting out, highly advise doing 2D. Something simple. Don't do an RPG with a bunch of stats and stuff like that. Like, keep it simple. Have a game where you're just trying to move from point A to point B or something. You can do that pretty easily in 3D as well. You just might have to, it's a bit more to take into account, but like there's tutorials that walk you through getting an object to move, and once you have an object moving, you can figure out a lot of this stuff from there. It's not too crazy. But yeah, man, we have a Discord. So if you're if this is something you're actually gonna go down and you have some questions and whatnot, feel free to ping me in the Discord, and I'll be more than willing to answer your questions. I may not be the most fast responder because, you know, work and all that stuff, but I'll definitely get around to peeping and getting back to you. But it's exciting, dude. I used to dream about doing something like that for my when I was in like middle school or high school. But you're living the dream, dude. And congratulations on getting married soon, man. But yeah, to summarize, pick the goal, design the game that you have in mind, keep it simple. Next, pick out your engine. And once you pick out your engine, you're going to take tutorials on that are just going to be stepping stones towards making your game. And you don't have to like do tutorials until the very end. You're going to just get like tutorials just get you started, and then once you have the things you want to get happening like moving and let's say jumping or whatever, or collision, then you can like just go off to the races and do your stuff. And then if you get stuck, then that's when you start Googling. But yeah, I believe you, man. You can do it. I think honestly anyone can make a game. Okay, we are a hard cat. Let's go to pickup. Oh, you're called Coin? Yeah, we're moving you out to audio as well. We're renaming you to Odd Coin. Cool. And then from there, let's go back to pickup. Health. Yeah, here we go. Health get. There we go. And go back here. And then on pickup, we're going to play the sound effect. Health pickup. Have you been playing this entire time and just... have I been getting like null reference exceptions or something? I should be. It's weird that I'm not. Do I have a null check somewhere? I guess Unity just accepts it and is able to handle it. Or maybe that's a missing reference exception I've been getting this entire time. I'm gonna turn on the audio and we're gonna see how this game sounds when I actually... Let's see here. Audio on. 1 second, let me turn off this music in the background. I don't hear the sound. Is it just quiet? Maybe it's just quiet. Yeah, maybe I have to make you like 9. Maybe you a little bit softer too. The coins are kind of annoying. Did you see the name meme with the toy train derailing and then getting back on track? It do be like that. I saw that like so I think it might be the one you're talking about, where it's like talking about software engineering and you do something wrong, but eventually it still works out somehow. Yeah, I'm not hearing it. It's not loud at all. Do I have to just manually modify it? .2? Do I have to do like greater than? Do I have to exceed Unity's normalized audio values? That's terrible. That'd be terrible. We can't do that. That's unacceptable. We gotta actually just manually edit the audio and make it actually good. Or loud enough. Louder. Yeah, it doesn't stick out in the mix at all. We're gonna edit that real quick. 1 second. It's gonna be easy though. We have the power of Audacity. Oh yeah, if you're doing music, if you're gonna do audio stuff for your game, you're probably gonna have to get something to change things like audio levels. Audacity is a very simple program to use for that kind of thing. Dude, honestly, like a simple game idea I did when I was learning Unity was like I had a game where you can just move a donut and you're just trying to get it to the end of the level to a box, and then you just go to the next one, and then maybe I did a 3-star or I would have done a 3-star thing, but like that premise of just get to the end of the level, then go to next. Super simple formula, but boy howdy man, you can get some mileage out of it. Coin, health pickups. I want to modify this. Can we modify this? Okay, we're gonna just go to Audacity. Okay. Open. Jeez. You always open to an unopportune size. Healthget.wave. A little bit more. A few decibels louder, and then export audio as a wave. That's a Microsoft format. Huh. Who'd have thunk? Who'd have thunk it? Where are we going to? Sound, no. We're going to projects. And we're going into you're somewhere here, dude. Don't lie to me. Oh, there you are. Fight and flight. Assets. Why are you in backwards order, dude? There we go. Audio. Hard get wave. Export. I don't care. Okay. Let's see how this works now. Gotta finish my engineering degree this 3 months, and after that, might start a side project. Let's go, dude. Also, you're gonna be like graduating in time for your proposal, right? Okay, I can hear it. And we need to make a cool sound effect for when you stop time. Dude, I should like slow down the music as well. That might be lame. I wish I could do some DSP audio effects, but I don't want to learn that for this project. I think DSP things is gonna be way too much for what's on my plate right now. I want to though. I really, really wanna. Where's is this the audio sort of stuff? Do you have a thing for speed? You have spatial reverb. You have 3D Doppler stuff. That's cool. But I need speed. And all you have is spread and Doppler level. 3D important sound things for nerds. I don't want that. I want speed. Spatial blend, reverb sounds, pitch, volume, priority, loop, playback. Yeah, no, that's not what I'm looking for. Yeah, that's not what I'm looking for. Okay. Well, you disappointed me. You've hurt me today. If you need some kind of audio processing, I'm a sound guy, so feel free. Well, it's not about sound processing itself. It's about doing it on runtime in the engine. I have to learn, because you get there's VSTs and plugins and stuff like that, right? And that's like a specific standard. But on a game runtime, there's things that exist for doing that kind of stuff, like Fmod. But my ethos is I want to do things in a very lean and bespoke fashion. So I have my own audio system I wrote for this project, and it's been working very good. However, the big but is that it does not have any of those fancy digital signal processing stuff on it. So I'd have to actually learn how to do that to integrate it into my audio system, which I don't want to do. But then it's like, the more advanced features we add, it's like maybe I should have just used. Nah, I don't want to use Fmod. I've used it for stuff, but it's just too much, and I don't want to have another dependency. But it's cool that you're audio, dude. What kind of audio stuff you do, man? Do you like some music production stuff or some sound design and stuff? DSP is so bad, man. Yep. I can't wait to do that eventually. Or maybe not. Who knows? Well, and here's the thing, right? It's like DSP, but then, making sure it works correctly across every device. That's a whole another thing, too. Yeah. I mean, that's the price you pay for getting rid of dependencies. You have to manage that yourself. But then when you do that, you're like a boss. You're big brain, giga brain, dude. Okay, we're not gonna do this. I'm not gonna do the I feel like I'm gonna Google this, and they're gonna tell me, oh, you should just use Fmod to achieve that functionality. And I'm like, I don't want to use it. Thanks for nothing. What is this? Okay, I got it right. I guessed it right. No, that's for like baking it in though. Adjust the pitch of the audio clip. Oh, dude, what? You want to convert it to a dot wave? You're not going to do that in runtime. no. That's not getting anywhere. Let's see this one. Maybe these people have some wisdom for me. Oh yeah, it just ends there. Oh, does changing pitch change? Okay, they should be linked. So maybe just changing pitch will do that effect for me. I don't know. Maybe this is actually more attainable than I realized. I just don't want to have to. It's just extra logic. That's fine. All right, let me save the progress we have so far, because we got a lot done today, dude. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a lot done today. In-flight assets. Yeah, assets will stay here. Get status. At all. No, at all. Added cool time stop effect and backgrounds for Beach World. Not Beach World. Beach World. Push origin. No. Berg. Get push Berg. What? Return. Oh, I spelled it Bert. Okay, it's enumerating. Live mixing at my church and recordings here and there. Hey, let's go, dude. Let's go, man. I actually learned a lot of my audio engineering stuff from just working at a music shop and then doing some stuff for my church back at that time. It was great. I enjoyed it a lot. Okay. Yeah. Oh, we already committed that, so. Okay. And we committed our sub repo as well. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Oh my goodness, lovely. Getting a git commit with terminal Dowdy is crazy. Nah, man, that's how most of the people I work with do it. It's very convenient and very fast, and it gives you way more control than any CLI tool. I can't do Git without using it through CLI. Especially if you have like complex stuff. Like this project, at some point I had like 2 origins. I think I still do have one for this one, but I migrated away from GitHub. But yeah, it's nice, man. It's very nice. I like it. Especially if you start doing aliases too for your Git stuff, you can get some real fancy stuff. I have all my fancy aliases stuff set up for my day job, but I haven't taken the time to actually do that for this. So I have to manually navigate stuff and all that. But eventually I don't know. I probably won't do it for this project, but eventually I'll do it for some other project. Oh yeah, dude. I'm super happy. Let me check the Discord. Did it do the thing? Yeah, I'm a little bit sloppy right now. Usually when it gets later, my typing just goes down the toilet. Very nice. Cool time stop effect. Yeah, dude. I love it, man. I love it. What is this roach what are we seeing here, dude? I don't want to see that before I go to sleep. Oh, I'm super happy though, dude. This is looking so freaking good. Actually, I just saved right now. Is there something I'm missing? Am I missing anything at all? Progress bar dot material. That's material stuff. It's because we're modifying the property directly instead of making a new instance. I should probably do that, but sweet. Are you a game dev? Professionally, no. I do coding kind of adjacent to it, but it's a very different field. But my game development skills are very much applicable there. Or I guess it's the inverse. My programming skills at that job are very much applicable to game dev. I don't know. Whichever came first, right? Chicken or the egg. Oh man, let me put the music back on. But yeah, dude, I'm like super happy. We got a lot done today, dude. I'm actually very happy with the assets. I'm gonna crank out some more levels. There's a lot of infrastructure stuff you have to do for the game, like loading assets based off of whatever level we're transitioning to and all that. But dude, this is chef's kiss. I'm super happy with this. I'm not happy with this. This is really space inefficient. And I feel like we can very much make this can very much be achievable with a shader and a simple tile texture and repeating it. I want to get better at space management or space allocation for this game. I don't want to have like 512x 9 layers by how many levels we want to add to the game. That's like unacceptable. That's actually very much unacceptable. I don't like that at all. So I'm gonna have to break the game at some point and make it look ugly in order to really minimize and crack down on our utilization of texture space. But it's doable. It's straightforward, I think. I might just make like a separate shader to achieve this effect compared to this one. Or I don't know what we're gonna do. I fine-tuned the valleys so nicely, but we're gonna have to just do something to fix that. Can't you loop the background? No, the issue isn't about looping. It's already looping in the game. That's fine. It's about space utilization. Keep in mind, like my goal is to have this work on this $40 phone that I bought from Walmart, and it does work on it perfectly fine. And I don't doubt that it can actually handle this texture load. I just, as a developer, I hate that we're wasting all this extra space. Like, let's grid tile mode. No, not tile, but max. Like, for each one of these, this is 512 by 512 pixels, right? And you multiply that by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That adds up, dude. That adds up. And then multiply that by the number of levels, because keep in mind, this is all the assets just for one level. So, it can grow very quickly, and I don't like that. Especially since a lot of what's being repeated is a small sliver. Like, it's just this repeated. So I'm probably gonna make a shader that or just repurpose the current shader we have and just pass in a small texture, like this is like what, 32 by 32 or 64, let's say 64 by 64, a 64 by 64 texture, and just loop that based off the size of the transform, and like we're gonna have orders of magnitude smaller files and better. It's just better all around. Better load times, better. I mean, loading time is not gonna be a big deal, but still, like, all this can be much faster and much leaner. I'd rather respect the person's hardware, you know? I mean, it's kind of tied to this whole idea that like software development and engineering has just kind of collapsed because people have gotten lazy and rely upon hardware to fix all their problems. And then it results in bloat. Like, everything is so bloated nowadays. Every application is bloated, and it's not any more stable. In fact, it's more unstable. So I hate that, and I don't want to contribute to that. I want to make games that are very lean, or at least, you know, don't have dumb bloat. So obvious stuff like this we could totally fix. If I really wanted to push the envelope, we can do like an atlas of textures, but I don't want to implement that. I mostly have a tile sheet thing, and we can do that, but I don't want to do tile sheet. That opens up a bunch of. I mean, we already have shader code to handle that, but I'd rather not test what I wrote. We already tested it with some other stuff, and it seems to be fine now. But yeah, we're gonna keep things very lean. So maybe off stream or next stream, I'm gonna refactor this. It was great for getting the idea out. Now it's a matter of actually making this very lean, so that if we have to have things that are big like this, then yeah, it's gonna be fine. We can afford to have a bunch of that. I don't know. It's about pride in the work, right? Anyways, but ladies and gentlemen, we have reached the end of the stream. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. And like I said, I think today's stream has been kind of a turning point where this game is starting to look like an actual very polished product. And just a fun thing. So I'm very happy with it, and hopefully you guys are happy with it too. So yeah, I think we're gonna start doing that March to 10 days. We'll see. But yeah, anyways, everyone, God bless, and as always, stay cozy. Till next time, bye-bye.